The race just kicked off with Bobardo leading the charge. Cedric is hot on their tail in second place, while Snow TPE is holding strong in third. Green Jeb and I are bringing up the rear, but it's early days, plenty of time to make our move. It's a tight pack up front, and I'm curious to see if anyone tries to push for an overtake right away. Cedric, Snow TPP, Green Hijab and Amy are currently locked in a tight battle for second place. Inalga 77 has made a strong move, now sitting in 6th after overtaking Kamikaze FE8. Meanwhile, Winzerius Guy has advanced to 8th position by successfully overtaking both Sabina 27 and Tenkamin in 704. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions continue to change. Reninja and Amy has successfully moved up to P2, overtaking both Cedric and Snow TP in a strategic maneuver. The battle for P2 continues to heat up between Graninjeb and Amy versus Cedric and Snow TP tied car. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has made progress, advancing to 6 after overtaking Nalga 77. Koki Binanity and Feds in the Ford Falcon XOSY GO71 are currently neck and neck with Wayne Train 94 and Nukembokum in the Plymouth Roadrunner 71 as they approach the tight hairpin turn. Koki Binanity and Feds executed a clean overtaking maneuver, pulling ahead on the inside line, but Wayne Train 94 and Nukembokum are not backing down. They are staying close, looking for an opportunity to retake power. The gap is minimal, and both teams are showing aggressive driving tactics. This battle for power is intensifying, and it appears strategy will play a crucial role in the next few corners. Wayne 94 and Nukembokum have successfully moved up to power, executing a clean overtake on Koki Baninity and Feds. This change in position indicates a strategic maneuver, possibly utilizing better cornering or acceleration after the turns. The battle for positions is intensifying as the race progresses. Bobardo is maintaining a narrow lead in his Dodge Charger Hemi 69, while Cedric and Snow TP in the Plymouth Roadrunner 71 are closely tailing him. Cedric attempts an overtake on the inside of turn 3 but is unable to make it stick. Snow TPP is also looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes from either driver. The gap remains tight as they approach the next curve, with Bobardo steering defensively. Cedric shifts gears and gains a slight advantage, pulling alongside Bobardo as they exit the turn. This battle for pole is heating up significantly. Bobardo has now taken the lead, moving into pole after successfully overtaking both Cedric and Snow TP. Cedric is currently in P2, while Snow TPP is in P3. The gap between Bobardo and Cedric is approximately half a second, indicating a close battle for the front. Meanwhile, behind them, there's a tight contest for power as well, with several cars jostling for position. Wunliri's guy has successfully moved into P9, executing a clean overtake on Bocicero from Team Quark Express. The two cars are now in close proximity as they battle for that position. Wunliri's guy is piloting a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, showcasing impressive speed and handling, while Bocicero is trying to defend in the Holden Monaro GTS 73. It's a tight contest as they navigate through the corners, with Wunliri's guy looking to solidify his hold on P9. Greninja currently holds the third position, closely followed by Amy in fourth. Waning Train in T4 is just behind in fifth, putting pressure on both drivers. Nukem is not far off in sixth, making this a tight battle. Greninja successfully defends against Amy's attempt to overtake on the inside turn, maintaining the position. Waning Train in E4 is looking for an opening as they exit the corner, while Nukem is ready to capitalize on any mistakes ahead. The dynamics are intensifying as they approach the next straight. Greninja, in the Plymouth Roadrunner 71, is engaged in a tight battle for fourth place with Amy, while Koki Binity and Feds in the Ford Falcon Ixuo 71 closely trail behind. The two teams are exchanging positions frequently as they navigate the track. Meanwhile, Electric Murray in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 is locked in a duel for 18th place against Famaka, who is piloting the Ferrari 250 GTP Berlinetta. Both drivers are pushing their cars to the limit as they strive for an advantage. The race continues with both battles intensifying as the laps progress. Rizaldiata and Paradox have successfully moved up to Pen after overtaking with Sirius Guy. They executed a clean maneuver on the inside during the last turn, showcasing excellent timing and coordination. The battle for the top 10 is heating up, as they now set their sights on the cars ahead. Rizaldi Ada in the Dodge Coronet Super B is closely trailing Paradox, also in a Super B, as they engage in a tight battle for P9. Sabine at 27 and Tank Amin in 704. In the Holden Monaro GTS S&D3 are applying pressure from behind, making it a three-way fight for the position. Meanwhile, ISI 1212 has successfully overtaken Famaka, moving up to 17. The two are now locked in a duel, with ISI representing Team No Name Racing and Famaka from Team Nafgum Kings, maintaining a competitive pace as they continue their pursuit. Buche Zero in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 is currently engaged in a tight battle for pate with Rizaldi Ada and Paradox, who are both piloting the Dodge Coronet Super B. The three cars are closely matched, with impressive cornering skills being demonstrated. Meanwhile, Wunziriuskai has successfully moved up to P11 after overtaking the Gentleman, showcasing a strong maneuver on the track. The dynamics among these drivers are heating up as the race progresses. Knalga 77 is currently holding 7 in the Holden Monaro GTS 73, while Rizaldi Adha and Paradox in the Dodge Coronet Superbi are closely contesting for that position. As they approach the next turn, Rizaldi Adha is attempting an inside line to overtake Knalga 77, but remains just behind. Paradox is also looking for an opportunity, maintaining a tight formation. The gap between the three cars is minimal, as they head onto the straight, with a potential slipstream advantage for Paradox. This battle for Seven is intensifying, with all three drivers pushing hard to gain ground. Knalga 77 is currently in 8th position, closely pursued by Buchezero from Team Quap Express. As they approach the tight corner at turn 5, Knalga 77 maintains a slight lead, but Buchezero is right on their tail, looking for an opportunity to overtake. They exit the corner with Butcher Zero getting a better exit, now side by side, heading into the straight. Bujedo makes a move to the inside, and it looks like a successful overtake as they push through to take Pate. Nala 77 drops to 9th as they both continue to battle hard into turn 6, trying to maintain their momentum. The race dynamics are heating up as they push each other for every inch on the track. Knalga 77, Sabine 27, and Tenka Minin 7 are tightly packed in a fierce battle for the 9th position. Knalga 77 holds the inside line as they approach the hairpin turn, while Sabine 27 tries to pull alongside on the outside. Tenka Minin 704 is not far behind, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. As they exit the turn, Sabine 27 manages to overtake Knalga 77 briefly, but Knalga 77 fights back on the straight, reclaiming 9th place. Tenka Minin 704 is now in a prime position to challenge both drivers as they head into the next corner. The dynamic between these three continues to heat up with every lap. Issy 1212, in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, is currently engaged in a tight battle with Electric Murray, who is piloting the Holden Monaro GTS 73 for Pate team. As they approach the first corner, Issy 1212 attempts an inside line, but Electric Murray holds firm on the outside. Both cars are neck and neck down the straight, with Issy 1212 making a late braking move into turn 2. Electric Murray counters with a swift maneuver, maintaining her position. It's a close contest as they exit the corner, and now they're heading into Sector 2. Issy 1210 and Lord of the Jungle are neck and neck as they approach a tight corner. IC-1212 makes a daring move on the inside, gaining a slight advantage. However, Lord of the Jungle counters with a late brake, maintaining position. They exit the corner side by side, with IC-1212 slightly ahead, as they head down the straight. It's an intense battle for P19 with both drivers showcasing their skills. Electric Murray has indeed made significant progress, closing the gap to Famaka, now just 2.1 seconds apart. The battle for position is intensifying as Electric Murray approaches the back of Famaka's car. Meanwhile, we see another shift in positions further back, with Speedster 989 overtaking Racemaster in a smooth maneuver on the inside lane. The pack is tightening as they enter the next turn, setting up for potential more overtakes. The gentleman has advanced to 11th position, successfully overtaking both Neo Texum and Amundsen. In response, Neo Texum and Amundsen have also gained ground, moving up to 12th after overtaking Duff Dad and Just Jazik. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Just Jazik have improved their standings, now in 13th place by overtaking Plaintree and Emifen and Captain Potato. The dynamics of the race are shifting rapidly with these strategic moves. Katsashuk and Red Panama have significantly closed the gap to Naga 77 by 45.8 seconds, putting pressure on the leader. Meanwhile, Duff Dad and Just Jazik have progressed to P12 after successfully overtaking Neo Texan and Amundsen Daltul. The race dynamics are heating up as Duff Dad and Just Jazik engage in a battle for P12 against Neo Texan and Amundsen, indicating an ongoing competition for position in the mid-pack. La Croissant 1980 and Nuoka Lunar in their Ford Gran Torino 72 are closely following each other as they fight for position against Nalga 77 in the Holden Monaro GTS. 73. A Croissant 1980 attempts an inside line at the hairpin turn, gaining a slight advantage. Nuoka Lunar responds with a late braking maneuver but remains behind. Meanwhile, Nalga 77 is not far behind, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes from the duo ahead. The three cars are within mere seconds of each other, creating an intense battle for P21. As they exit the corner, La Croissant 1980 maintains the lead, but Nuoka Lunar is still lurking closely, ready to challenge. Nalga 77 is staying right in the mix, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Sabine 27 and Tankamine 704 have successfully moved into Pate after overtaking Bochazero. This is a significant gain for both drivers as they continue to push ahead in the race. The battle for mid-pack positions is heating up, with cars closely jockeying for position as they navigate through the corners. Nalga 77 has successfully reduced the gap to ISI 1212 by 2 seconds, indicating a strong push as they approach the upcoming corner. Meanwhile, in the midfield, Turbo Turtle is battling closely with Speed Sturks for position, with Turbo Turtle managing to overtake and move up to 6th place. The pace is intensifying as the top three maintain their positions, but the pressure is on for ISI 1212, with Nalga 77 gaining momentum behind them. ISI 1212 in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta is currently defending against Nalga 77 in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 as they race for P19. As they approach the first hairpin, ISI 1212 takes a defensive line, while Nalga 77 looks for an opportunity on the inside. They exit the corner side by side, with ISI maintaining a slight edge. Heading into the next straight, Nalga 77 is gaining ground, using the slipstream to close the gap. Now approaching the second corner, Nalga 77 dives down the inside, executing a clean overtake and moving up to P19. ISI 1212 attempts to counterattack, but cannot make it stick. The battle for P19 continues with Nalga 77 now trying to pull away. Sabina 27, and 10 coming in 704, have successfully moved up to Pate after executing a well-timed overtake on Boucher 0. This maneuver demonstrates their tactical positioning as they navigate through the field. The cars in front will need to be cautious as these two are gaining momentum. Duff Dad and Dusjazik have successfully moved up to P11 after executing a clean overtake on the gentleman. The maneuver was precise, showcasing their car's handling capabilities. The race continues with these two drivers now in pursuit of the next competitor ahead. One serious guy has successfully moved up to P9 executing an efficient overtake on both Sabina 27 and Tankminen 704. Meanwhile, Kanaga 77 is gaining on Lord of the Jungle, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. The battle for positions is intensifying as we progress through the race. Rizaldi Adha and Paradox are making a strong push, reducing the gap to Kamikaze 38 by 2.2 seconds. Their pace is picking up significantly as they draft closely behind. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 appears to be struggling with tire wear, which could be contributing to this loss of time. The battle for position is heating up as they approach a tight corner. Overtaking opportunities might arise soon if they maintain this momentum. Sabina 27 and Tankminen 704 have successfully moved up to Pate after overtaking Bochizero. This marks a notable gain for both drivers as they push through the field. The dynamics in the midfield are intensifying as the race continues. Greeninjeb and Amy have surged into power after a successful overtake on Kokibiniti and Feds. The two cars are now locked in a fierce battle for position. The Plymouth Roadrunner 71, driven by Greeninjeb and Amy, is maintaining its lead over the Ford Falcon XY 71 of Kokibiniti and Feds. The gap is narrow as they head into the next corner. It will be crucial for both drivers to maximize their lines to maintain or gain positions. The race dynamics are heating up as they navigate this intense contest for fourth place. Neil Texam and Amundsen have advanced to P12 after successfully overtaking Duff Dad and Just Jazik Bot. The maneuver was clean, showcasing precise timing and speed. The competitive spirit is evident as they push forward, gaining ground on the cars ahead. The race continues to unfold with dynamic positioning throughout the field. Unziri Sky has made a significant move, advancing to P9 after successfully overtaking both Sabina 27 and Tankminen 704. The maneuver was clean, showcasing precise timing and skillful driving. The battle for positions continues as the drivers maintain close proximity on the track. Currently, plane training in the fan and Captain Potato have successfully moved up to P13, after overtaking Duff, Dad, and Just Jazz It. The maneuver was clean, showcasing precise timing and positioning. The battle for positions continues to heat up as they push forward in the pack. Renajab and Amy are now just 2.5 seconds behind Wayne Train 94 and Nukembokim, making significant progress as they close the gap. They appear to be gaining speed on the straights and taking tighter lines through the corners, which is aiding their pursuit. Meanwhile, Wayne Train 94 and Nukembokim are maintaining their positions but will need to watch their rearview mirrors as the competition intensifies. The dynamics between these four cars are shifting rapidly as the race unfolds. Hey someone! Welcome to the stream. Party Popper, we're currently watching some awesome racing action featuring AI-driven cars on the Termas de Rio Hondo track. It's all about speed, strategy, and a little bit of luck as these virtual races go head-to-head. If you want to chat, just say, "Hey Amy," and I'll be right here to answer your questions, or just have some fun banter. Enjoy the race. Racing car dashing away. Bobado has significantly closed the gap to Sidrek and Snow TP, reducing the distance by 3.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 has advanced to 5 by successfully overtaking both Rizaldi Adha and Paradox. As a result, Rizaldi Adha and Paradox have now moved back to 6 after being overtaken, also pushing Butchazero down the order. L'Aquasson 1980 and Miraculuna have successfully advanced to P21 after overtaking Nulga 77. This marks a significant move as they continue to push through the field. The dynamics are heating up with these two drivers working in tandem. Kasishok and Red Panama have significantly decreased the distance to Nalga 77, now trailing by just 2.7 seconds. Their pace suggests a potential overtaking opportunity in the upcoming laps if they maintain this momentum. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack remains steady, with no major position changes at the moment. Pomaka has significantly reduced the gap to Electric Murray by 7.9 seconds, indicating a strong push for an overtaking opportunity. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their positions, with no significant changes among the top contenders. The chase continues as we watch Pomaka's strategy unfold. Nalga 77 has significantly reduced the gap to Le Croissant 1980 and Miruko Luna, cutting down 2.4 seconds in the last stretch. The three cars are now closely positioned, with Nalga 77 gaining momentum as they approach a tight corner. This could set up an overtaking opportunity if the pace continues. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their positions, but eyes are on this trio as they enter the final sector. Nalga 77 has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Le Croissant 1980 and Miruko Luna by 2.1 seconds. Currently, Nalga 77 is positioned in 4th place, while Le Croissant 1980 and Miruko Luna are battling for 2nd and 3rd. The dynamics are shifting as Nalga 77 continues to gain momentum. No overtakes have occurred yet, but the pressure is mounting on the two ahead. Koki Benenati and Feds have made a significant move, advancing to P3 after successfully overtaking Bobardo. The maneuver was executed smoothly, showcasing excellent coordination between the two drivers. Meanwhile, Bobardo has dropped to par, adjusting to the new racing dynamic. The battle for the top positions is intensifying as the race progresses. Winzerius Guy has successfully moved into P9 after executing a precise overtaking maneuver on both Sabina 27 and Tenkamin 74. This shift showcases solid racing strategy and control, positioning him well as the race continues to unfold. Just moments ago, Duff Dad and Just Jazik made significant progress, closing the gap on Sabini 27 and Tancomini 704 by 5.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Neo-Texam and Amundsen have successfully moved up to P11 after overtaking both Sabini 27 and Tancomini 704. The dynamics in the mid-pack are shifting as positions change rapidly. Ciro has successfully moved up to 6, executing a clean overtaking maneuver on both Rizaldi Adha and Paradox in quick succession. The position is getting tighter as they approach the next turn, with Ciro now looking to close the gap on the drivers ahead. Wazirius Guy has made a significant move, advancing to P8 after successfully overtaking both Rizaldi, Adha and Paradox. This shift in position indicates a strong acceleration and strategic maneuvering from Wazirius Guy. The race continues to unfold with these dynamics in play. The gentleman has successfully executed 2 overtakes, moving up to P9 by passing Rizaldi Adha and Paradox. The maneuver was clean and strategic, allowing him to gain valuable positions on the track. Lobato is gaining on Kokibinati and Feds, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds in the last few moments. The top 3 positions remain tight as they navigate through the turns. Kokibinati is holding steady, but Feds is starting to feel the pressure from Bobardo's pursuit. The dynamics are shifting as we approach the next section of the track. Kamikaze 38 has successfully moved into P4 after overtaking both Waintra 94 and Nukembokum. Meanwhile, Waintra 94 and Nukembokum have regained some ground, now sitting in 5 after overtaking Kokibinati and Feds. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. The gentleman is currently making significant progress, narrowing the gap to Bukaizera by 42.6 seconds. Meanwhile, Bobardo is also gaining on both Kranijub and myself, reducing the distance by 2.5 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as the race continues to unfold. The Gentleman remains in P9, closely pursued by Risoldi Adha and Paradox in 10 Totti. The battle between these three is heating up as they navigate the track with precision. The Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta of the Gentleman appears to have a slight edge in cornering. But both the Dodge Coronet Superbe drivers are putting on the pressure. Meanwhile, Lord of the Jungle is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Electric Murray by 3.2 seconds. The chase is intensifying as they approach the next series of turns. The positioning of the cars is critical now, and it will be interesting to see how Lord of the Jungle attempts to close that distance further. Bardo is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Sidrek and Snow TP by 7.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Wayne 94 and Nukambukaim are also gaining on Kamikaze 38, closing in by 2.8 seconds. The race is becoming more competitive as these cars push for better positions. Yaoga 77 has reduced the gap to Isioni 1212, now just 2.1 seconds behind. The pressure is on as they approach a tight turn, which could provide an opportunity for an overtake. Meanwhile, in the battle for third place, Turbo Fox is holding steady but facing increasing pressure from Speedster 21, who is just half a second away. The dynamics in the mid-pack are heating up as well, with several cars jostling for position. Kamikaze 38 has now taken the third position, successfully overtaking both Wayne 94 and Nukambukaim. In response, Wayne 94 and Nukambukaim have regained their pace and moved up to fourth place, pushing past Greeninjib and Amy. The dynamics are shifting as drivers jockey for position. Bobardo is gaining on Cedric and Snow TPP, reducing the gap by 2.30 seconds. Cedric holds position in third while Snow TPE remains in fourth. The tension builds as Bobardo approaches, maintaining a consistent speed. As they exit the hairpin turn, Bobardo looks to set up an overtaking maneuver. Cedric takes a defensive line, but Snow TPP appears to be losing traction. The next few corners will be critical for positioning. Greninja and Amy have successfully moved into power, after executing a clean overtake on Wang Tre 94 and Nukembo. The maneuver was precise, showcasing excellent timing and racing strategy. Currently, the top 3 positions remain unchanged, but the battle for power is heating up with the gap closing among the drivers. Winzerius Guy has successfully moved up to 6, executing a clean overtake on Kamikaze 38. The maneuver was swift and efficient, showcasing precise control as he navigated through the corner. Kamikaze 38 now sits in 7, adjusting strategy to recover that position. Currently, Koki Beninity and Feds are gaining on Greninja and Amy, reducing the gap to 2.2 seconds. The pace is intensifying as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, it appears that Greninja is maintaining a steady speed, but will need to defend against the advancing Koki Beninity and Feds. The race dynamics are shifting as we monitor their strategies. Issy 1212 is currently holding P18 in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, closely followed by Naga 77 in the Holden Monaro GT 73. Both drivers are engaging in a fierce battle. Meanwhile, Electric Marie has successfully moved up to P20 after overtaking both Le Croissant 1980 and Miro Coluno. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions fluctuate. Naga 77 has significantly reduced the gap to Famaka, now just 2.1 seconds behind. The AI systems are clearly pushing their limits. Meanwhile, in the mid-pack we see Vipaninity 1 making a move on Speedster 88, attempting an overtake on the inside of turn 5. The maneuver is clean as Vipaninity 1 gains the position. Up front, however, the lead remains with Tabois, who is maintaining a steady pace. The dynamics are shifting as Naga 77 continues to close in on Famaka, while the battle for the mid-pack intensifies. Issy 1212 has made a significant move, advancing to P18 after successfully overtaking Naga 77. The maneuver demonstrates good timing and strategic positioning on the track. Kamikaze 38, piloting the Dodge Demon 34071, is currently in a tight battle for 8th position with Rizaldi Adha and Paradox, both driving the Dodge Coronet Super B. Kamikaze 38 has managed to maintain a slim lead, but Rizaldi Adha is applying consistent pressure, looking for an opportunity to overtake. Paradox remains right on their tail, ready to capitalize on any mistake from either driver. The racing line is critical here as they navigate the corners. Kamikaze 38 is defending well, but Rizaldi Adha is gaining ground on the straights. This battle is shaping up to be quite intense. Lord of the Jungle has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Rafael and Sir Ironbot by 3.5 seconds. As it stands, Rafael and Sir Ironbot remain in close proximity, maintaining their positions. The dynamics among these three cars are heating up as Lord of the Jungle continues to gain ground. Meanwhile, the rest of the field seems to be maintaining their distances, with no notable overtakes happening in the immediate vicinity. The race is developing into an intriguing battle for position among the top contenders. Kamikaze 38 has managed to maintain his position in Pate, while Rizaldi Adha and Paradox are tightly contesting for that spot in their Dodge Coronet Super B. The gap between the three is minimal, indicating a fierce battle for the position. Additionally, Issy 1212 has successfully moved up to 17 after overtaking Rafael and Sir Ironbot. The action on the track continues to be dynamic as these drivers jockey for position. Buchizero in the Holden Monaro GTS 73 is closely trailing Kamikaze 38 in the Dodge Demon 34071 as they approach a tight corner. Buchizero attempts an inside line, gaining some ground. Kamikaze 38 holds his position, but Buchizero's acceleration out of the corner looks promising. The gap is narrowing as they head into the next straightaway. Buchizero makes a bold move to overtake on the right side. He's alongside Kamikaze 38 now. It's neck and neck as they approach the next turn. Buchizero has gained momentum and is now in 7 after successfully overtaking both Rizaldi Adha and Paradox. Rizaldi Adha and Paradox have retaliated by moving up to Pate, edging out Kamikaze 38. A close battle is unfolding for Pate among these three drivers, with Rizaldi Adha and Paradox racing in a Dodge Coronet Super B, while Kamikaze 38 is behind the wheel of a Dodge Demon 34071. The competition is tight as they jockey for position. Buccizzaro in the Holden Monaro GTS. 73 is currently holding off Rosaldia, Adha and Paradox, both driving the Dodge Coronet Super B, in the tight battle for 7th position. Buccizzaro takes a defensive line into the next corner, maintaining his lead. Rosaldia attempts an inside move but is unable to complete it, and Paradox is closely following, looking for any opportunity to capitalize on. They are all within a second of each other as they head toward the straightaway, setting up for a potential slipstream. The dynamics are fierce, with each driver pushing their limits to gain an advantage. Rosaldi, Adha and Paradox have successfully moved up to 8th after executing a well-timed overtake on Kamikaze 38. The maneuver looked clean, showcasing good strategy and timing from both drivers. Kamikaze 38 drops down to P9 as a result. Bobardo has significantly closed the gap to Cedric and Snow TP, reducing the distance by 2.1 seconds. Currently, Bobardo is in 4th position, while Cedric and Snow TPE are battling for 2nd place. Meanwhile, the leader remains unchallenged at the front, maintaining a steady pace. The dynamics among the top contenders are intensifying, as Bobardo continues to gain ground. Kamikaze 38 has successfully moved up to 8th position after overtaking both Rosaldi, Adha and Paradox. Currently, there's a close battle between these 3 drivers for that 8th spot. Kamikaze 38 is piloting a Dodge Demon 340/71, while Rosaldi, Adha and Paradox are both in a Dodge Coronet Super B. The competition remains tight as they jockey for position, maintaining a tense dynamic on the track. Buccizzaro is gaining on with Serious Guy, reducing the gap to 11.5 seconds. The pace has picked up, and the battle for position is heating up. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their distances, but it will be interesting to see if Buccizzaro can continue this momentum and mount an overtaking attempt soon. The dynamics are shifting as strategies unfold. Electric Mary is now just 1.8 seconds behind Issy 1212. As they approach the first turn, the gap continues to shrink as Electric Mary gains speed on the straightaway. Meanwhile, in the back, Turbo Turtle has made a successful overtake on Speedy Zone, moving up into 7th place. The dynamics are shifting, as Electric Murray is now within striking distance of Issy 1212, who will need to defend their position effectively. Sabina 27, and Tankamani 7. 104 have successfully moved up to 11, executing a clean overtake on Neotexum and Amundsen. Their maneuver demonstrated excellent timing and precision, allowing them to gain significant ground in the race. The battle for positions remains intense as they push forward. Electric Murray has successfully moved up to 18 after overtaking Issy 1212. The maneuver was clean, showcasing Electric Murray's strategic positioning as they navigated through the corners. This shift in position could impact the dynamics of the race as they continue to push forward. Naga 77 is gaining on Issy 1212, closing the distance down to 2.5 seconds. The dynamic between these two drivers shows a potential for an overtake soon, if Naga 77 maintains this pace. Meanwhile, the rest of the field continues to hold their positions, with no significant changes in the top 5. The race strategy will be crucial as we move forward. Butchit Zero, in the Holden Monaro GTS 73, is currently holding off a fierce challenge from Rizaldi Ada and Paradox, both driving the Dodge Coronet Super B. They are locked in a tight battle for 8th place. As they approach the final corner, Butchit Zero maintains a narrow lead. Rizaldi Ada attempts an inside move but is unable to make it stick. Paradox looks for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. The gap remains minimal as they exit the corner, with Butchizero still holding that position. The race dynamics are heating up as they head down the straight, and it looks like another attempt will be coming soon. Buchisero from Team Quap Express is currently fighting hard for position 8, with Rizaldi Ada and Paradox, both driving the Dodge Coronet Superbi. Buchisero is in the lead of this trio, navigating the track in the Holden Monaro GTS 73. Meanwhile, Kanalga 77 is gaining ground on Issy 1212, reducing the gap by 2.6 seconds. indicating a potential move for position soon. The race dynamics are intensifying as these battles unfold. Kamikaze 38 in the Dodge Demon 340-71 is currently defending 7 against Rizaldi Adha and Paradox, who are both in their Dodge Coronet Super B. Kamikaze 38 is holding a narrow lead as they enter the hairpin turn, but Rizaldi Adha makes a dive on the inside. There's a moment of contact, but both cars manage to stay on track. Paradox is looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes as they exit the turn. The 3 cars are now heading down the back straight, with Kamikaze 38 still in front. But Rizaldi Adha is right on his tail, setting up for a potential overtake. Rizaldi Adha and Paradox have significantly reduced the gap to Osiris Guy by 2 seconds, indicating a potential challenge for the lead position. The 2 cars are working together, utilizing slipstreaming techniques to maximize their speed as they approach the next turn. Osiris Guy will need to defend aggressively to maintain the lead. Hey Camelog 15. Hurry Popper, welcome back to the raceway. We're just in time for some high-speed AI shenanigans. Buckle up and enjoy the ride. Racing car dashing away. Hey Anabiosis. Parley Popper, welcome back to the racetrack. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. Racing car dashing away. Sirius from No Name Racing has significantly reduced the gap to Koki Beninti and Feds, now just 2.1 seconds behind. As they approach the next turn, we can see Sirius taking a tighter line, likely preparing for an overtake attempt in the upcoming section of the track. Koki Beninti and Feds are holding their positions, but the pressure is clearly on as they navigate through the curves. The dynamics are shifting, and it will be interesting to see if Sirius can capitalize on this momentum. Currently, Wayne Trinity 4 and Nukembuckham are gaining on Bobardo, reducing the distance by 2.1 seconds. The gap is narrowing, indicating a potential overtaking opportunity in the near future. Robardo will need to defend his position as both challengers are showing strong pace in this segment. The race dynamics are shifting as we approach the next turn. Winzerius Guy is currently holding 6 in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, but Rizaldi Adha and Paradox are right on his tail in the Dodge Coronet Super B. The gap between them is minimal as they approach a tight corner. Winzerius Guy takes a defensive line to block any potential overtakes, while Rizaldi Adha attempts to dive on the inside. There's a slight contact, but both drivers maintain control. Paradox looks for an opportunity to capitalize on the situation, keeping close behind. The battle for 6 intensifies as they exit the corner, with Winzerius Guy still in front but under immense pressure from both challengers. Sabine 27 and Tenkamin 704 have successfully moved up to Pen after overtaking the gentlemen. This marks a significant advancement for both drivers as they continue to push through the midfield pack. The battle for positions is heating up as they now look to gain further ground in the race. Famaka in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta is currently engaged in a tight battle for 16 with Rafael and Sir Ironbot. both piloting Faisal Vega Faisal, two assists. Famaka is holding a narrow lead as they approach the first corner, utilizing the Ferrari's agility to defend against Rafael, who is trying to find a line on the inside. Sirarimbot is closely trailing, looking for any opportunity to capitalize on potential mistakes from either driver. As they exit the corner, Famaka maintains position, but Rafael is not backing down, applying pressure and looking for an opening. The dynamic between these three is heating up as they navigate through the next series of turns. Serious Guy from No Name Racing is currently in a tight battle for 6th place, with Rizaldi Adha and Paradox. Serious Guy, piloting a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, has been holding his position well against the two Dodge Cornet Super Bs. The dynamics are intense as they navigate through the corners, with Rizaldi Adha making a strategic move on the inside but unable to complete the overtake. Paradox is closely trailing behind, looking for an opportunity as well. The race continues to unfold, with these three drivers pushing their limits in this fierce competition. The race continues with Grenenjib and Amy now in P3 after successfully overtaking Wayne Trinity 4 and Kembakyont Dosh. This move demonstrates a solid strategy and precise timing as they maneuver through the tight corners. Currently, they are maintaining a strong pace and are closing in on the leaders. The dynamics of the race are shifting as they position themselves for potential further advancements. Serious Guy in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta is currently holding off Kamikaze 38 in the Dodge Demon 3 Honchuan as they approach a sharp turn. Serious Guy maintaining a defensive line, while Kamikaze 38 is looking for an opportunity to overtake on the inside. They enter the turn side by side, and Kamikaze 38 makes a late braking maneuver, getting slightly ahead. Serious Guy fights back on the exit, pulling alongside again as they head down the straight. The battle for Seven is intensifying, with both drivers exchanging positions, showcasing skilled racing techniques and strategic thinking. Famacca in the Ferrari 250 GT, Berlinetta, is currently holding off Arafael and Sirarimbot, who are both driving the Faisal Vega Faisal to 2. The three cars are neck and neck as they approach a tight corner. Famacca successfully defends the position, but Arafael makes a daring move on the inside. Sirarimbot is looking to capitalize that there's not enough room. As they exit the corner, Famacca maintains 16, while Arafael and Sirarimbot continue to press hard. They've just entered the straightaway, and Arafael pulls alongside Famacca. It's a side-by-side battle. Sirarimbot is right behind, waiting for an opportunity to slip through. Famacca has the inside line for the next corner, managing to hold on to 16 for now. The tension is building as they head towards the next turn. Ninja is now just 3.5 seconds behind Bobardo, steadily closing the gap. In another section of the track, Sabine 27 and Tankiminin 704 are gaining on Waziriasky, reducing their distance by 3.2 seconds. Meanwhile, there's a fierce competition for 16 between Famacca in the Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, Arafael, and Sirarimbot, who are both piloting Faisal Vega, Faisal Stotis. The battle is intensifying as they navigate through the corners. Position changes could happen at any moment. Canalga 77 has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Electric Murray by 2.2 seconds. As they approach the next corner, Nalga 77 is in a strong position to potentially overtake, if the pace keeps up. Meanwhile, Electric Murray needs to defend their position carefully to maintain the lead. The tension between these two drivers is building as they navigate the track. Rizaldi Adha and Paradox are making significant progress, closing the gap to Koki Binanity and Feds by 2.1 seconds. They are gaining momentum as they navigate through the corners, showing improved acceleration. Koki Binanity and Feds will need to defend their position as the pressure mounts from behind. The dynamic in this part of the race is intensifying as the leaders continue to push forward. Electric Murray is gaining on Aerofail and Sir Ironbot, reducing the distance by 2 seconds. Meanwhile, Aerofail maintains the second position, but Sir Ironbot is positioned closely behind in third. The race dynamics are tightening as Electric Murray continues to push forward. The gap between them is now under 5 seconds. The tension is rising as they approach the next turn. Rizaldi Ada and Paradox have significantly reduced the gap to Koki Beninity and Feds, trimming it down by 2 seconds. The chase is intensifying as they approach the next turn, and it looks like they are strategizing for a potential overtake. The dynamics of the pack are shifting as they're gaining speed on the straightaway. Bobardo is now just 240 seconds behind Sidrek and Snow TPP, making significant progress as he continues to close the gap. Meanwhile, Sabina 27 and Temka Menon 704 are also gaining ground on Waziri Sky, reducing their distance by 3.1 seconds. In addition, Komodo Threek and Suzanne Greenberg have advanced to P23 after successfully overtaking both Kazushuk and Red Panama.Dai. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change. Currently, 727 and Tankaminen 704 are strategically working together to close in on Waziri Sky. The gap is now reduced to 2.2 seconds, indicating a potential overtaking opportunity if they maintain this pace. Meanwhile, the rest of the field remains steady, but all eyes are on this developing situation at the front. Bobardo is currently gaining on Sidrek and Snow TP, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. Sidrek is holding position in second, while Snow TPP remains in third. The pace is intensifying as Bobardo pushes to catch up. All three cars are navigating the corners with precision, maintaining their respective lines. It will be interesting to see if Bobardo can sustain this momentum. Koki Benenity and Feds have made significant progress, reducing the gap to Waintra 94 and Nukambokum by 2.1 seconds. The pressure is on as they continue to chase down the leaders. Their pace is increasing, which could lead to a potential overtaking if this trend continues. The dynamics in the midfield are heating up as they strategize for optimal overtaking opportunities. In the current lap, Sabinta 27 and Tenkamin 74 have significantly reduced the gap to Osiris Guy by 2 seconds. They are working together effectively, drafting off each other, which is likely aiding their speed on the straight. The positions remain steady for now, but with that kind of pace, an overtaking maneuver could be imminent if they continue this momentum. Sabina 27 and Tenkaman 704 have significantly reduced the gap to Osiris Guy, now trailing by just 2.1 seconds. It appears both cars are gaining speed down the straight, with Sabina 27 making a move on the inside as they approach the next turn. Tenkaman 704 is closely following, possibly setting up for an overtake if the opportunity arises. The dynamics in the top three are intensifying as they head into the next corner. Welcome back, Hugger 3. Party Popper. We're just in time for some high-speed AI shenanigans. Buckle up. Automobile dashing. The gentleman has successfully moved into pen after an overtaking maneuver on both Sabina 27 and Tenkamin 704. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for P12 among New Texan, Amansan, Duff Dad, and Just Jazik, with all four cars vying for position. The race remains competitive as these drivers jostle for supremacy. Currently, Plain Train and Imifan and Captain Potato are steadily closing the gap on Sabina 27 and Tankamanin 7-4 by 44.4 seconds. This duo is gaining ground as they push through the track. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for position 16 between Famaka, who is piloting a Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta, and both Ira Rafael and Sarah Iramot in their Faisal Vega Faisal 2 team. The competition is heating up as each driver aims to secure their position. Unizerius Guy has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Rizaldi Adha and Paradox by 39.5 seconds. This position indicates a strong performance as he gains ground on both cars ahead. With each lap the dynamics are shifting, and it will be interesting to see if he can continue this pace and attempt an overtake. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha and Paradox maintain their positions but will need to watch their mirrors closely as Unizerius Guy closes in. At this moment, Greeninchib and Amy are gaining on Sidrek and Snow TP, reducing the gap by 45.9 seconds. Meanwhile, the gentleman from Team No Name Racing is also closing in on Rizaldi Adha and Paradox, cutting down the distance by 47.5 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as both pairs of drivers tighten the competition. Sidrak and Snow TPE are gaining on Barbardo, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Sidrak is in a strong position to make a move soon if he maintains this pace. Barbardo will need to defend his position effectively as they approach the next corner. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their distances, but it's clear that the battle for third place is heating up. Sidrak and Snow TPE are gaining on Barbardo, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. It looks like they are working together to apply pressure as they approach a tight turn. Meanwhile, Barbardo is holding his position but will need to defend against their advances. The race dynamics are tightening as we move into the next section of the track. Sabine 27 and Tankamanin 704 are making significant progress, reducing the gap to Duff Dad and Just Jazik by 2.1 seconds. The two cars appear to be coordinating their moves, gaining on the leaders. As they approach the tight corner, it will be interesting to see if they can execute an overtake or maintain their momentum. The dynamics between these four cars are becoming increasingly tense as they race toward the next segment of the track.